go over there and talk to him, see what the doctor says. I don't think they do anything. The only thing I've ever known them to do is wrap it up.
I want to be out. My mom was always such a like, you're never going down.
That's what I'm doing. Whose blood is that? That is my blood.
No,
Hey, guys, back away. Let the man do the job, all right? Back away.
That blood came from my groin.
Channel 7?
For the vampires can get.
Get out of here.
Yeah, chill. Hey, that fucking blood came from my groin, alright?
Hey, what's up, my dude? Anybody know what happened?
Oh yeah, actually,
Why is this light so necessary?
fuck that.
Questions, I don't know.
Don't move. What's your name? And everyone else, shh.
Okay.
Last name too?
Yeah.
Tierney Boulay.
Spell it, please.
Tierney Boulay.
Okay, now don't move and look at me. Dear, what happened here tonight?
Well, the bouncers were throwing out some people because they were really drunk and acting stupid. And after they threw them out, they wouldn't leave. They kept screaming back at the bouncers. They even took their shoes off and threw them at the bouncers. And then they started with the people outside of the club. And they kept on and they wouldn't stop. And so they started walking back towards the club. And the people from the club started walking towards them. And then they were just yelling and stuff. Nothing was happening for a while. But then one of them took out a knife. And one of the guys from the club said, "He has a knife, he has a knife." And that's when all hell broke loose and everybody started fighting anyways. And the fight went on for a while, for about 10 minutes, and nobody broke it up because there weren't any cops on duty here, and the bouncers had already gone inside because once they throw the people out of the club, it's not their problem. And they kept on fighting, and then all of a sudden, the people who had started the fight started yelling, "Let's go, man, let's go," and started running. And one of the guys was laying on the floor, one of the guys from the club was laying on the floor, and just this really big puddle of blood. And he had gotten stabbed, and another guy had gotten stabbed, but was okay enough to walk back over to the club. And I think he's the one who called the police and the ambulance. And the other guys just left, and nobody really got a good description of the car or the people. There was about maybe 6 or 7 of them. And that was about it. They left, and then the ambulance came and took the 2 away who had been stabbed. This other guy was injured too, but he didn't want to go into the ambulance because he just didn't want to get involved in it.
So a total of 3 people were injured?
Well, injured badly, yeah. The two that were stabbed were injured the worst. One of them that was stabbed was injured really bad. Lot of blood. His pants were soaked. Anyone who went near him got soaked in blood. The other one was okay because he held it together right from the start, so there wasn't any chance for a lot of bleeding. But the other guy that didn't go in the ambulance, he just got pounded on the head a lot. He was like fighting like 5 guys at once because, you know, that's the way the whole fight was. It was like 5 guys on 1 or on 2. It wasn't like a one-on-one thing. And he had a pretty bad bump on his head and he couldn't remember anything about the fight, but he didn't want to go with the ambulance because he didn't want to get involved in it.
These 2 guys who were more seriously stabbed, were they both employees of the club?
No, neither one of them were employees of the club. Both of them were just patrons of the club, people who wanted to come just to have a good time.
And the fight that preceded the stabbings, was it pretty much this rowdy bunch of guys against the bouncers?
No, the bouncers weren't involved in the fight at all. The bouncers were back in the club. As soon as they threw the guys out, they went back in the club. So nobody really saw the fight and stopped it, except for the people who wanted to see a good fight. They just, you know, watched the fight. And yeah, the whole street was full. This whole area back here was full with people, either fighting or screaming or whatever.
Have you ever seen anything like a stabbing here at the kitchen before?
No, not here at the kitchen. Never anything like this, not a stabbing, no. Across the street a while back at Club New, there was a pretty bad fight, but nobody was stabbed. A couple people were hurt pretty bad, but nobody was stabbed.
Do you know who these guys that got stabbed, who are they?
One of them is named Dan. He's a friend of mine. He's a really nice guy. He wasn't even involved in the fight. He walked up there and someone started screaming at him, and he had a cup of coffee in his hand, and the guy came toward him. So Dan threw the coffee in his face. You know, he wasn't even hitting anyone. He wasn't even involved in the fight. And the guy stabbed him, and Dan walked away. And the other guy that got stabbed, I really don't know him. I haven't seen him before, the one who got stabbed really bad. I haven't seen him before. Dan was okay, though.
Is there any categorizing who was here tonight? Was it a particular crowd, a particular school, or whatever, the usual?
Well, the ones who started the fight, they were like, I guess, college kids, I guess you could say, people who just got out of school and they were just looking for trouble, looking to get drunk, start a fight. You know, just people who wanted to be like everybody else. So then they think that's what this is about, coming here and fighting, but it's not.
Where did the stabbings actually take place? We see there's a bloody shirt by the door there. And
right.
There's this pool of blood behind us.
Well, what happened was the whole fight occurred out here. But afterwards, before the ambulance could come, because like I said, nobody called the police during the whole fight. The ambulance was actually called before the police was. The stabbing occurred over there, and the first guy, Dan, walked to the phone, and I believe he's the one who called the ambulance. But the guy who was bleeding really bad, a lot of people helped him over to there so he could sit down and get away from everything. And that's why there's a puddle of blood there, because he sat there while he was waiting for the ambulance.
Isn't there always cops at the door?
There are usually cops on duty right over there. Under off-duty cops, they hire them, you know, on their spare time and have them keep a watch. And there was one earlier, and I don't know what happened to him. I don't know where he was, because he wasn't here during the fight at all. Because, I mean...
Was tonight a particularly crazy night? Cause, like, school
No, actually, tonight wasn't that bad. Usually there's a lot more people here and a lot more drunken jerks. Tonight wasn't that bad.
That'll do.
It moved on later on over here, like after the guy got stabbed. He got stabbed around over here.
The black guy?
No, the guy that got stabbed.
The white guy, right?
Yeah. He got stabbed around over there.
How many people got stabbed?
Someone tried to.
I think
I
two
think
people.
just.
Two, because there's a guy that got sliced,
Yeah,
and there's a
one
guy
guy
that
just
got
got
stabbed.
like sliced. He didn't get stabbed.
Who got stabbed? The black guy?
A white guy. The black guy was the one that did the stabbing.
He stabbed the white guy.
Yeah, but there was another guy with a knife too. There
So
was
out
two
of
guys
the
with
4
knives.
guys, only 2 got stabbed, right? Only one
Yeah.
got stabbed and the other
And
one.
2 guys had knives.
Alright. Appreciate it.
The guy got
Alright.
stabbed when he tried to, like with 3 other guys, when he tried to rush the black guy. Like they all tried to get him.
Like bum rush.
Yeah, bum rush him.
They were beating him up over here, and then he...
Yeah.
Here, don't look at me. Just like go back to the club.
Dare, I've been familiar with no. That's the second time you've done it.
taking a tape
I didn't know there was anything. I'm gonna grab your fucking.
What the hell? Look at the camera mix.
Hey, Buford.
Hey, View, why did they do that?
Because there was a flight. Oh, now they're closing. Y'all missed it, man.
Hey, I was the one that applied pressure to dance boo.
I just want to be liked by everybody.
Nobody likes you.
This isn't a crime.
I'm gonna go call him.
I shave my head so I can be liked.
Leo,
Who is this guy?
Leo, can you never tell Michael when you're quick? You're just gonna get
Juan!
Hi, Juan.
Oh, Juan, you dork.
Thank you.
Actually, no, the shoe.
Ahora sí, ahora sí.
Took some old bitch naps.
Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
I'm ready to go.
Not kitchen club.
Jennifer, give me my number. I'll back you.
I'm ready to go. Where's Nikki?
Jennifer.
Nikki!
Bye, Jen.
Nikki, we're leaving.
Excuse me, are you hired?